The morning was crisp, the kind that makes you feel alive, but that serenity shattered when the growl of a bulldozer tore through the quiet. I was jogging across the old stone bridge, coffee in hand, my German shepherd, Titan, bounding beside me, when the ground trembled. A sharp crack followed, like the earth itself was breaking. My mug slipped, shattering on the stone, coffee pooling like a dark omen. Titan's ears flattened, his barks slicing through the dawn. I sprinted toward the sound, rounding the bend to a sight that stopped my heart. The Bridgamy family's pride, built in 1924 by my great-grandfather, Elias Warren, was half gone, reduced to rubble by a monstrous yellow machine. Standing beside it was Cynthia Brooks, HOA president, her smile sharp as a blade, clipboard clutched like a war banner. Her daughter, Madison, a smug clone of her mother, filmed the destruction with a disinterested smirk. "Morning, Mike," Cynthia chirped, her voice a venomous mockery of warmth. "Big plans for River Street." "Progress." My blood boiled. That bridge wasn't just stone, it was legacy, crafted by Elias's hands. "What have you done?" I growled, my voice low, a relic of my army days. Cynthia waved a permit, her eyes glinting. "It's improvement, Mike. That crumbling bridge was a liability. We're paving the way for the new resort in Trance." Madison scoffed, eyes glued to her phone. "It was hideous. The resort's gonna be, like, epic." I stepped forward, fists clenched, but my wife, Laura, appeared, her hand steadying me. She was right, rage wouldn't win this. But seeing my heritage crushed for Cynthia's $4 million resort ignited something dangerous in me. "This isn't over, Cynthia," I said, my voice a cold promise. Her smile wavered, just for a second, before she signaled the bulldozer to roar again, fumes choking the air. She thought she'd broken me. She was wrong. She didn't know the secret I held, one that could topple her empire. We'd come to Lakeside Haven for peace. After years in the military, witnessing horrors no one should, I craved quieta, modest house, a yard for Titan, a lake to greet each dawn. Laura wanted the same. The community was a dream at first, nestled in hills around a gleaming lake. At the end of River Street stood the Warren Bridge, a simple stone arch Elias built after raising the dam in 1923. It was our history, the town's soul. For a year, life was perfect. I fixed the house, Laura's garden bloomed, and Titan roamed the woods. Then Cynthia Brooks took over the HOA, and our haven became a cage. It started small trash can rules, then forcing us to buy overpriced ones from her sister's company. Next came absurd landscaping mandates. Only white or yellow flowers, bushes shaped like perfect orbs. Laura's prized zucchini were outlawed. Our neighbor, Sal, a retired guy obsessed with his lawn, got fined because his garden gnome was an inch too tall. "An inch," he'd fume over the fence. "This is oppression, Mike. My gnome, Vincenzo, has rights." I tried to stay above it. I'd seen real war. This was just small-town nonsense. But Cynthia's grip tightened. Families left, their homes bought by a shadowy holding company. She called it property value protection, but the neighborhood's heart was fading. Laura, my anchor, stopped me from erupting at meetings. "She wants you to snap," she'd say. "We need a strategy." So I cataloged every rule, every fine, waiting. Cynthia's plan to demolish the bridge for her resort's entrance was the final straw. She flashed a rigged engineer's report at a meeting, claiming the bridge was unsafe. I stood, calm but firm, offering to fund a real inspection. She dismissed me with a smirk. "The board's decided, Mike." That night, Laura squeezed my hand. "Now we fight." A notice appeared on our door: 48 hours until the bridge's destruction. Laura called it a declaration of war. At the emergency HOA meeting, Cynthia silenced dissent with lies and hired thugs. I stood, my voice cutting through. "You're a fraud, Cynthia. This is about your greed." She had me thrown out, her goons shoving me into the night. Laura stayed, watching. At dawn, the bridge fell. From our porch, we heard the stones crumble, each sound a wound. Laura's grip kept me from charging down there. "Use your anger," she whispered. In our attic, we found Elias's trunk journals, bridge plans, and a 1923 deed giving our family control of the lake's dam valve. It was bulletproof. We owned the lake's water level. Laura's eyes sparked. "She thinks she's invincible. But you control the lake. The resort's loan hinged on the lake's stability. An 18-inch drop would freeze her funds. We dug into her finances, uncovering shell companies tied to her maiden name, siphoning HOA money to her project. A contact revealed the loan's clause. But draining the lake would hurt everyone: Sal's lawn, neighbors' docks, the wildlife. Laura voiced the moral weight. Are we as bad as her? I argued it was justice. Cynthia was a disease. This was the cure. Yet a question nagged. Why did her shell company buy those specific properties? They formed an odd buffer, not just for the resort. We pushed it aside. Tom was short. At midnight, I slipped to the dam, tight and silent at my side. A hidden trapdoor led to a stone chamber with a massive iron wheel. The valve. 3 turns would drop the lake 2 feet. The wheel fought me, rusted stiff, but I forced it, the dam roaring awake. By morning, the lake had shrunk, docks stranded, boats mired in mud. Cynthia arrived, her face twisted with rage. You did this, she screamed. I sipped my coffee, silent. She knew. 2 days later, she countered. Official vehicles rolled in, led by Cynthia with a forged report claiming the dam was collapsing. The county seized it, branding me reckless. She'd turned my weapon into a crisis. I was stunned, but Laura found the forgery's flaw: a mismatched signature. We confirmed the engineer was in Hawaii, oblivious. We also uncovered Cynthia's use of a dead woman's identity, Margaret Holt, for her shell company. Her son, reached by phone, revealed her stolen identity: a crime. At the final HOA meeting, Cynthia played the hero, preaching safety. I stood, projecting the deed, her shell companies, the forged signature, and Margaret's son's testimony via video. The crowd roared. Deputies arrested Cynthia for fraud, embezzlement, and identity theft. Her resort collapsed, its land seized to repay victims. The community rebuilt the bridge, naming it Warren Crossing. 6 months later, at the Dry Day celebration, the new bridge gleamed. Sal grilled, ranting about his lawn. Laura and I stood by the lake, her arm around me. Look what we did, she said. Justice, not revenge, had saved our home. The line was purpose: revenge wounds, justice heals. As the sun set, Lakeside Haven glowed with earned peace. Character count, 5995.